What's going on, New York Knicks fans? We are coming off of a very disappointing night in Detroit. Once again, it was just like repeat of the last time that we played the Detroit Pistons. In this video, guys, I want to break down what is the status of the New York Knicks fan right now. Where do you guys land on the panic meter? Does Detroit scare you? Does Boston scare you? Does Orlando scare you? I want to tell you guys what I think. I'm sort of in the middle with all this, and I think that the Knicks are still the best team in the Eastern Conference, but I do have my reservations. But before we get into that, guys, you have to help me out here. Like the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel, because we are going to be all things New York Knicks moving forward. We are post-trade deadline now, heading into the All-Star break. The Knicks have 2 All-Stars. We got shooting stars competition. We got Allen Houston coming back to shoot along with Jalen, Brunson, and Towns. We're going to have all of it, cover everything post-All-Star break, heading into a hopeful deep playoff postseason run for our New York Knicks. And hopefully, like my prediction, they will make it to the NBA Finals this year, taking that next step with the Mike Brown-led team. First thing, guys, the Detroit Pistons are not getting the respect out of the Knicks fan that I think that it's warranted that they should have, right? Because the Pistons have played the Knicks twice now in 2026, and they've lost by a combined score of 68 points through 2 games. It's not good. Not good, right? When you go through what the Knicks went through last year. So Detroit is a young up-and-coming team in 2025 last year. Going into the postseason, a lot of people were picking Detroit. A lot of people said Detroit is the best matchup for the Knicks, or vice versa, that this was the worst matchup for the Knicks. Was this young, hungry, rugged, tough Detroit Pistons team. The Knicks in game 1 of that series were down double digits, and nothing was in control through a half, and they had Campaign go on a big run. Knicks went on a big 21-0 run, and somehow they won that game against Detroit. Game 2, they lost at the Garden. It was a sloppy game, and then the Knicks went on to win games 3 and 4 in Detroit, 2 very close games that could have went either way, and the Knicks had a chance to close it out in game 5 at the Garden, and Detroit won that game. Then the Knicks closed it out in another game in game 6 in Detroit. I don't want people to think that last year's Detroit series was just some cakewalk for the New York Knicks. If you just look back at the series, every single game was tight. Every game was tight except for the ones that the Knicks lost in that series. Guys, I mean, we're acting like Knicks fans this year, because in hindsight, because we won that 6-game series last year, Knicks fans are acting like we just walked over the Detroit Pistons last year and that we just whooped them in that series. Not the case. Not the case. Look back at it, man. Every game was close except for the games the Knicks lost. Game 1 could have went either way. Knicks were down 17 at one point. Games 3 and 4 were finished with 1 possession, and Game 6 was finished with 1 possession. So don't act like Detroit is just this cakewalk type team that we're going to run over now. Coming into this year, you had to know that the Pistons were going to smell blood every single time that the Knicks stepped on the court. And the excuse that a lot of Knicks fans are using now, which makes no sense to me, is, oh, we lost 3 games to Detroit last year. Oh, we lost all the games to Boston last year, and we still beat them in the playoffs. You're right factually, but every season tells its own story. Just because that happened last year doesn't mean it's happening this year. And I feel like Knicks fans in the back of their head are just assuming, oh, no, well, we lost the season series last year. We could definitely, but which is true. That could happen again. But I feel like Knicks fans are just banking on that to happen again. Why? It's like Knicks fans are saying, oh, no, it's all good. We could lose by 30 to Detroit. We could lose by 38 to Detroit, get our asses kicked twice, because we're going to beat them when the games actually matter in the playoffs. To me, that is an extreme coping mechanism by the New York Knicks fan. And I completely understand it. I'm not saying you're wrong, but I think it's a level of coping that I think even the most optimistic of fan could admit. Right? Oh, Last night, we don't have Cat, we don't have OG Anunoby, and we got Josh Hart on a bum ankle. We got Deuce going to miss the rest of the season. Hopefully he can come back for the playoffs. And now Knicks fans are saying, well, we didn't have Towns or Anunoby, but that gives you the excuse to lose by 38? Guys not fighting over screens, guys executing lazy possessions, guys not moving the basketball. That doesn't excuse you to go into a spot and lose by almost 40 to a team that smells blood when you step on the court. Just because Cat's out, just because OG's out, horrible that we didn't have them last night. I completely agree with you guys. But that don't give you that excuse, man, to go out and lose by a 40? We're okay with this? Because we have it in the back of our heads. Oh, no, playoffs come. We're just going to win in the playoffs. Damn, I didn't know it was like this with Knicks fans, man. We should be prouder than that. Have some pride. Have some pride. I didn't think the Knicks could win last night against Detroit, but I didn't think they were going to go. I didn't think they were going to go out and get ass whipped again by almost 40. 40 points to a team that's supposed to be in your way to an NBA Finals. You got guys from Detroit talking all sorts of smack. You got the head coach admitting that Detroit smells blood when they see the Knicks on the court. But we're okay with this because, but the playoffs are coming. We're good. Nah, man, you guys got to wake up. The Knicks don't have all of this time that a lot of people think that they have to win a championship. This specific group of Knicks players might have a 2 to 3 year window to win a championship. Based on their ages, based on their contracts, based on not being able to keep a lot of these guys together. Because eventually, Mitchell Robinson has to get bought out. Someone's going to overpay to grab him. Eventually, someone's going to overpay to have Deuce McBride on their team. So the Knicks are going to have to pick and replace specific key role players, especially guys like Mitchell Robinson, who are irreplaceable. But there are 29 other teams that will give Mitchell Robinson $150 million to come play basketball for their team. The Knicks will not be able to afford him at some point. So your window to win is not as long as you might think it is. It's got to happen. And I can't watch this team, despite Cat out, despite OG out, I can't watch them get embarrassed like that to a rival who's in your way. In your way to a number one seed, in your way to the NBA Finals. By 40. Come on, man. Come on. You guys cannot be happy with that. And stop with the excuses. Oh, the biggest excuse, I told you guys, the biggest excuse that I hate is, this don't matter. Because I bet you this. This is where the hypocrisy always comes in. This is where it always comes in. The game that Knicks fans say last night, losing by 38 to Detroit, that game that Knicks fans are telling you, it don't matter. Cat was out, OG was out, it don't matter, we're going to beat them in the playoffs. That same fan will go around and tell you if the Knicks won last night, they would be acting like the bad boys, the big guys on campus. They would be acting like, we're undermanned, we went into Detroit, we beat Detroit, in your face, Detroit, Pistons suck, we're not scared of the Pistons. You should be scared of the Pistons. You should be, because that team is legit. That team could beat any other team in basketball when they're feeling it. Luckily, their three-point shooting is not that good. The people, and I see people complaining about how the New York Knicks are giving up three-point shots to a team that's not good shooting the three-point shot in Detroit. That's not Detroit, guys. That's the bad three-point defense of the Knicks. So you might say everybody has their career night when it comes to the Knicks. You got D-League guys talking shit when they play the New York Knicks because they're dropping career-high 15, 18, 20 points, shooting 4 three-pointers, driving to the basket like no one's in their way. They're the ones doing it on two-way contracts. Like, Detroit is not a good three-point shooting team. That's their one crutch. Okay? And the Knicks make them look like a good three-point shooting team because the Knicks have an awful three-point defense. They've had it under Tibbs and they've had it under Mike Brown. Unfortunately, it's not a coaching thing. It is a bad defenders type of thing because Jalen Brunson is not a good defender. Karl-Anthony Towns is not a good defender. Mikal Bridges is a good defender who avoids contact. OG Anunoby is your absolute best defender, but he can't do it by himself. Josh Hart is a very decent, willing defender who is very physical, but he can't do it by himself. The Knicks' three-point defense is atrocious, which on nights will make teams like Detroit, who's not a good three-point shooting team, actually look like a good three-point shooting team. So that's where we stand. I don't look at this game against Detroit last night as the be-all, end-all. I don't do it, okay? You guys could do whatever you want. I am choosing to throw this game away mentally, but I'm not going to forget the effort that I saw. Because, yes, in the long run, you guys are absolutely right when it comes to one game in an 82-game season. I, again, am looking deeper into it, and I see one game against Detroit, they lose by 30. They didn't look like they wanted to be on the court. They got their asses whipped. And now the next game against Detroit, I get it. Cat was out, OG was out, but you don't lose by 38. How many games do you guys watch in the NBA where a team's star player is not playing? Or even two guys aren't playing, and they don't go out and lose by 40? They don't go out and lose by 40. I mean, come on. There should have been some sort of pride in the game last night. And Detroit just didn't give the Knicks a chance to have any pride last night. They smacked them in the face right from the start, and the Knicks just couldn't recover. It was bad shot after bad shot after bad turnover, after guys not looking like they knew what they were doing on the court, guys not fighting over screens, guys not getting back on defense, guys not understanding how a simple pick and roll works, guys not understanding how you cannot leave certain guys open on the court, double-teaming guys on Detroit that don't need to be double-teamed, causing open three-point shots. These are all things that guys looked lost on the court. And you could blame Mike Brown. A lot of it's on the players as well. So Detroit's sending a message. And if the Knicks have any pride, they have one more game against Detroit at the Garden in a week or two. They have to show something in that game. Or else you're going to have coping Knicks fans say, oh, it don't matter. We got swept by Detroit. We'll just win again in the playoffs. Coping. It's coping. Be real. Be honest with yourself. If you're being real and honest with yourself, watching last night hurts you as a Knicks fan. It hurt me. It hurt me to watch the effort. And I don't care that Cat was out. I don't care that OG was out. It hurts me to watch them lose by 38 points and just look not competitive and play stupid basketball. So, all right, guys, if you got this far, like, share, subscribe. New York Knicks basketball is coming down the stretch. We got like 27 games left, All-Star break. If you guys like this, again, share, like, subscribe. More Knicks basketball, more videos to come. Yeah, I think it's Knicks in Detroit, and we're going to find out at the end of the season who reigns supreme.